I asked the question to you guys. Let me find it. A lot of you stated that that a lot of you answered that there were not a shortage of good black men out here. That there were not a shortage of them. If that's the case, then why are 75% of our women single?
I think I was one of the few who said no. Um, so that's why I feel that way. Because there are so many single women doing it for themselves, that there has to be a shortage somewhere for women to have to put on their own.
Yeah, Miss Demisha, how would you answer that? If they're not a shortage of, how did you answer that? You said, is there a shortage of good black men? You said no. So you think that there are a decent amount of good black men out here, but then how do you count for the fact that 75% of our women are single?
I think that there may be some good black men out there, but they're just not with black women. There were other races and ethnicities.
What do you mean? Define with married to or just dating or a combination of both?
A combination of both.
Because only 3% of black men are actually with non-black women, according to blackdemographics.com, which tracks our marital data. So there's, I think, a lot. I think a lot of times we see our higher, more visible men, and we see them with, non-black women, and we kind of extrapolate that out. That we think that's more common as we think, but it's not as common as you think. Most black men marry black women at an 89% rate. You are our choice of woman, believe it or not. And that's according to blackdemographics.com. I will probably reference them a lot throughout this stream, but I reference them so you guys can go check them out. And blackdemographics.com is a statistical warehouse for data on black people, including their income, where they're living. They got it broken down by your city, by your state, by your neighborhood, and it's a site run exclusively by black men. So I don't think they have any reason to not try to put out the most accurate data about us known out there. Okay, one quick follow up. Do you guys believe that you belong to black men?
I don't like the idea of that kind of possession.
I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up a little bit, Miss Lisa. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I don't like the idea of that kind of possession type thinking.
Why not? Why not?
I think we belong to ourselves and we belong to God, and the rest of it is work it out amongst ourselves here.
Miss Lisa, do you believe in Christianity or Christian?
Yes, I was raised Christian.
You're raised Christian. So if you say you think we belong to God, but that's not what God did when he made woman. He gave woman to man.
I agree with that. But gave us as partners, not as possession.
As partners.
As part of a relationship, not as somebody's possession. I guess I come at it in a different angle because I was raised by a very possessive father, and he saw me as property.
As property.
He saw me as his property until the day he died.
Okay, all right, lady. What do you ladies think? Do you think you belong to black men?
No.
Why not?
No, I'm not something to be owned, and you have to be careful with that. I think as an individual, it's easy to fall into that because I have felt that before, right? I have felt like I'm supposed to be this, and tried to fit into that mold of what someone else expected me to be, what someone else needed me to be, as far as that goes. But I'm not someone to put up on a pedestal and to be owned. Basically, we're all individuals, and we all have a right to our thoughts and opinions.
So you believe belonging to somebody equals ownership?
Using the term belong, yes.
Okay, I'm gonna get back to that in a second. Miss Blue Diamond, do black men belong to you? Or do you belong to a black man? Do you belong to a black man?
Yes.
Okay, why do you say yes?
Because I would go as far as history goes. We were taken from the black man and used and manipulated and treated as less than by other races. So I think that a black man will value us more than anyone else.
Okay, fair enough. Miss Demesia, do you believe that you belong to a black man?
I can see her point of view when she just said what Blue Diamond just said. I see that point of view, and I also see the point of view of not belonging to anyone, because if I'm gonna be with somebody to be married or anything of that nature, I think that we were gonna be equal. I don't see myself as being a position of anybody. When I think of a position, I think of maybe like this my cup. That's a possession to me. Mm-hmm. I'm not a possession to a man.
How do you? Let me ask this question: If in part what you're saying is you don't belong to a man, then how do you expect black men to have put themselves in harm's way to protect you?
Mm-hmm. I can see that too.
So I think that's I respect a black man in his position. Mm-hmm. For being who he is. Mm-hmm. That there's no doubt about that. I think that's something that is often lacking in the black community. I think, the respect factor of black women to black men. But, so that is from my experience, that has been a man's responsibility to protect. But
so how can I, if it's my responsibility to protect you, how can I protect somebody that doesn't belong to me?
Exactly. Go ahead, Kendra.
No, you guys, sweetie. Guys.
I would say that it more so for me is because that's whom we come from. If he took Adam's rib and made me, I belong to him. You know what I'm saying? I am of him. So that's who I belong to. That man that I am from.
Okay. Go ahead, Miss Kendra.
No, I was just gonna say, I think it's falling back, and this is I'm a very literal person, right? Yeah. So when you say belong, to me, that is definitely going back to a possession type of thing. Mm-hmm. A lot of times in a relationship, when someone feels that you are their possession, right, then it skews your relationship. It's hard to be in a relationship with someone who feels that they own you.
Do you think black men are territorial?
Some of them can be, yes.
You think some of us are territorial?
I think men in general by nature are
there you go.
Territorial, yes.
By nature, we are territorial. Yes. And just a little bit for discussion purposes, you ladies, when you are our ladies, we most of us do not look at it like we own you, like we own our car. You know what I mean? But you are ours. You know what I mean? And God forbid that anybody crosses our path and try to bring any disrespect or harm or less than and to you, and we will protect you like that. But that's why I ask, for a black woman, do you belong to black men? Because when I speak to other races of women, they don't make any bones about it. They flat out say yes, they belong to their men. It's just kind of interesting how our ladies look at that. Okay.